हेलो इग्नो पॉइंट्स, कैसे हैं आप सब? आई होप आप सब अच्छे होंगे. सो वी आर बैक विद अनदर एक्सप्लेनेशन वीडियो. सो टुडेज assignment is MCO-23 strategic management. So we have 5 questions. Okay, let's get started. Question 1. What is mission? How is it different from purpose? Discuss the essentials of a mission statement. Mission. A mission statement defines that what line of business a company is in and why it exists or what purpose it serves. Every company should have a precise statement of purpose that gets people excited about the company does and motivates them to become part of the organization. A mission statement should also define the company's corporate strategy and is generally a couple of sentences in length. Difference between mission and purpose. While mission statements tends to be more economically centric with the focus on success in terms of profit to market share, purpose provides a more holistic overview of value creation that takes into account the social benefits and social damage of business operations in addition to shareholder returns. Mission has military connotations that imply an executive and win at all costs strategy. Purpose identifies a commitment to serving something greater than ourselves. Mission is often win-loss, zero-sum. Purpose is win-win and even more likely win to the power of win. Essential of mission. History. Every organization, large or small, profit or non-profit, has a history of objectives, accomplishments, mistakes, and policies. These critical characteristics and events of the past must be considered in formulating a mission. Distinctive competences. These refer to the things that an organization does so well, in fact, that they are an advantage over similar organization. Prima facie, an opportunity may be there, but the organization must have the competence to capitalize on it. An opportunity without the competence to capture it is not really an opportunity for the organization. For example, Procter and Gamble, engaged in healthcare products, could probably enter the synthetic fuel business, but such a decision certainly would not take advantage of its major distinctive competence. Environment. The organization environment dictates the opportunities, constraints, and threats that must be identified before a mission statement is developed. For example, technological developments in the communication field may have a negative impact on business travel and certainly should be considered in the mission statement of a large motor chain. Element of mission statement: purpose, capability, inspiration, clarity, legacy. Briefly summarize what you understand by the general environment and its importance of business. General environment forces have the ability to shape the task environment and companies' abilities to resource needed materials and export goods. They also can affect important aspect of their business, such as their customers' willingness to purchase their product. Take, for instance, how the socio-cultural force of individuals switching to streaming movies is making movie theater and movie rental service become less popular. These forces also affect the planning and overall performance of an organization when making big decisions about what to sell and how to market their item. And it's helpful for a business to consider all the forces influencing their success so they are proactive and identify opportunities and potential setbacks. Determining business opportunities and threats. One of the primary benefits of a business environment is that the interaction between a business and its environment usually highlights the business opportunities and threats to the business. Giving direction for growth. When a business interacts with its environment, it becomes easier to identify areas for growth and expansion of its activities. Are consumers moving away from certain goods or service? Also, are your competitors offering features that you should include in your product too? A firm can get answer to similar question by tapping into its business environment. Continuous learning. Since the environment is inherently dynamic in nature, it constantly keeps changing. This keeps the manager motivated to continuously update their knowledge and skills. This helps them prepare for predicted and unpredicted changes in the realm of business. Image building. The image of a business can improve to a great extent if the organization displays sensitivity to its environment. Also, in order to do so, the business must understand its environment well. As an example, many factories find power shortage as a factor in their business environment. Hence, many companies have set up captive power plants in their factories to fulfill their power requirements. Meeting competition. In any business, it is important to be aware of the actions and strategies of your competitors. A business environment enables firms to analyze their competitors' strategies and action further. They can create their own strategies accordingly. If you take a quick look at the telecom sector, almost all providers offer similar service at similar prices. Next question. Explain briefly the 5 forces framework and use it for analyzing competitive environment for any industry of your choice. Competitive rivalry. This refers to the quantity and the quality of your competitors. How many competitors do you have? How does their product quality compare to yours? In industry where rivalry is fierce, your suppliers and buyers can always go elsewhere if they are not getting the best deal from you. However, in industries where competitive rivalry is limited, which can be due to being in like a market, product differentiation, brand duality, and more, you will likely hold a strong and profitable position in the market. Keep in mind though, the threat of new entrants in such markets. Threats of new entrants. Other business ability to enter in your industry can affect your position when within it. Consider how easy it is if it is for rivals to come into your industry. How much does it cost? How securely is your sector regulated? A notably profitable industry which takes little efforts and financial input to enter will attract new entrants, which in turn will increase the competitive rivalry and decrease the profitability of existing business. However, if there are strong barriers to entry such as patent and government regulation, you will be able to achieve a more favorable position. Threat of substitution. This refers to the likelihoods of your customers finding an alternative to your products. The more products there are in the industry, the more likely your customers will drawn to an alternative choice, which can threaten your business profitability. Ask yourself the following question: how many substitutable products are there for your own? Is there a clear differentiation between your products and theirs? Is there a cost to the buyer of switching? Supplier power. Supplier power is determined by how easily your suppliers can increase their prices. Consider the following: how many potential suppliers does your business have? Is there a level of differentiation between suppliers? Is there a cost to switch between suppliers? The more potential suppliers you have, the easier it will be for you to switch to a cheaper substitute. However, the fewer suppliers there are, and the more you rely on them, the stronger their position and ability to change you more. This can impact your business profitability. Buyer power. Buyer power refers to how easily your buyers can driven down your prices. This is determined by the following: how many buyers do you have? What are their order quantities? Is there a bigger cost for them to switch to one or your rivals? Next question: what is corporate level strategy? Why is it important for a diversified organization? A corporate level strategy is a multi-tiered company plan that the leader used to define, outline and achieve specific business goals. A corporate level strategy can be used by a small business to increase its profits over the next fiscal years, whereas a large corporation might be overseeing the operation of multiple business to achieve more complex goals like selling the company of entering a new market. The purpose of a corporate level strategy is to maximize its profitability and maintain its financial success in the future. A corporate level strategy is utilized to help increase its competitive advantage over its competitors and to continue to offer a unique product or service to customers. Now let's see why implementing a corporate level strategy is important for your business. Strategic direction. Devising a corporate level strategy prepare for you for changing business environment. It helps anticipate risk, and you have a plan for responding to risk factors and all. You gain strategic direction for your business development. Informed decision making. The importance of corporate level strategies lies in the way business make and practice decisions. They are not only preparing organization for unpleasant situations, they also motivate employees toward overall objectives. Increase sustainability. While designing a corporate level strategy may be easy, getting everyone on the same page may be a little bit tough and might require more time. Next question. Comment briefly on the following statements. Strategy is a synonymous with policies. A key similarity between strategy and policy is that both are often set at the top management level of an organization. A management team usually collaborates to set goals and strategy for how to operate the company in a profitable way. Going after a new customer market is a potential strategy to grow market share. For instance, top manager or manager in specific functional areas then usually establish policies that help employees operate in alignment with the strategy. A new policy of expanding sales rep territories could fit with this new market strategy. Business policy of expanding sales rep territory. Business strategies and policies have a strong relationship. A strategic vision is typically set by top management to provide an overall plan for the company moving forward. New or established policies provide a framework for the decision making and activities carried out by lower level manager and then employees. The strategy is a game plan chosen to achieve the organizational objective, gain customers' trust, attain competitive advantage, and to acquire a market position. It is a combination of well thought intent and action which lead to the organization towards it desired position and destination. The policy is also regarded as a mini mission statement, is a set of principles and rules which direct and decision of the organization. Policies are framed by the top level management of the organization to serve as a guideline for operational decision making. It is helpful and in highlighting the rules, value and beliefs of the organization. In addition to this, it acts as a basis for guiding the actions. Next question. 12% of effective management strategy is knowledge and 8% is dealing appropriately with people. The specific scope of work for each job shall be determined in advance and in writing between TIPS members, design professional and vendor. It is permitted for the TIPS member to provide a general scope description, but the awarded vendor should provide a written scope of work and if applicable according to the TIPS members design professional as a part of proposal. No relationship direct or indirect exists between or among any of the company or any company affiliate. On the one hand, any director, officer, shareholder, customer or suppliers of the company or any company affiliate on the other hand, which is required by the act, the exchange act of the regulation to be described in the registration statement, the preliminary prospectus and or the prospectus which is not to describe and described as required. There are no outstanding loans, advance or guarantees of indebtedness by the company or for the benefits of any of the officers and director of the company or any of their respective family members, except as disclosed in the registration statement, the preliminary prospectus and or the prospectus, while the knowledge management process section dealt with the general ways. Knowledge can be managed. The section tackles long-term knowledge management strategies. Strategic investment represent the company's choice option as so as to enable the enhance the process outlined earlier. This section is based on the strategic part of the integrated knowledge management model, which includes knowledge management strategic initiatives. Next question. The evaluation of the strategy of an organization can be done qualitatively as well as quantitatively. While fixing the benchmark, strategies encounter questions such as what benchmark to set, how to set them, and how to express them. In order to determine the benchmark performance to be set, it is essential to discover the special requirements for performing the main tasks. The performance indicator the best identity and express the spatial requirement might then be determined to be used for evaluation. The organization can use both quantitatively and quantitatively criteria for the comprehensive assessment of performance. A quantitative criterion includes determination of net profit, ROI, earning per share, cost of production, rate of employee turnover, etc. Among the qualitative factors are subjective evaluation of factors such as skills and competence, risk-taking potential, flexibility, etc. According to Argyas and SCANNED, one cannot specify its abstract terms. The ideal method for strategic evolution and organization approach towards strategy evolution must vary with its own strategy posture. Next question. Measuring in organizational performance is one of the most important part of strategy evolution process. Measuring performance is a vital part of monitoring an organization progress. It comprises measuring the actual performance outcomes or result of an organization against its intended goals. This requires a top-down approach to setting performance criteria rather than a bottom-up approach that I often see occurring in many organizations. The strategic plan provides performance targets for the organization. It sets the corporate direction, yet how often does the strategy plan set performance measurement target for all levels of the organization? The answer is not often. As a result, performance improvement opportunities to support delivery of the organization's strategy get overlooked and the organization progress is time. When it comes to performance, it is always challenged to determine what to measure and, of course, how to measure it. In many organizations, we find that one department will determine what they should measure, and another department will determine that these are not important areas to measure. They may determine that measuring an employee output or extent to which their work performance is met to be a greater importance. As a result, the organization misses out on getting an overall performance measurement with performance improvement opportunities. Difference between the following: strategy and policy. The main difference between policy and strategy is that policy is such an organized group that motivates people to make the right decision by remembering the rules, whereas strategy is a type of plan under which objective can be achieved. Policy and strategy are both considered an important part of any company. No company can grow without them. Strategy is like a roadmap that is prepared by the key manager of the company, and the company follows the same. The policy is framed by the middle management, whereas strategy is usually framed by top management. The policy is not flexible as it is same as written law, whereas strategy is flexible and it differs in its formality. The policy supports both thought and action, while strategy is only action oriented. There is less uncertainty in policy, where uncertainty in strategy is high. Next question: global environment and domestic environment. The global environment refers to the environmental factors that impact the entire planet. That might leave you wondering about the components of global environment. Well, in other words, the global environment is the sum of total of a local, regional, and national environments in the world. With this in mind, global environment factors and issues are those that a single community or nation cannot control or contain, such as natural disaster, air quality, water quality, soil quality, and climate change. The domestic business environment includes the climate, business policies, business facilities, business regulation and rules, logistic, political setup, style of governance, cultural tradition, belief system, economy of the country the business operates in. This is the contrast to global business environment, which is the factor outside the country he business operates in. Generally, the term domestic environment refers to place in which people live and embrace social, economic, and cultural dimension that act human health and well-being. Such environment tends to be designed and built based mainly on existing local building regulation and conventions. Tangible and intangible differentiation assert that are acquired by the organization which is having some monetary values and is materially present is known as tangible assets. Incorporeal assets that have a particular useful life as well as economic value are known as intangible assets. Tangible assets are the assets that are present with the organization or say with the company in their physical existence. On the other hand, intangible assets are the assets that do not exist physically, instead they are stated as abstract. While the value reduction of the tangible assets occur depreciation for intangible assets, it happens through amortization. Due to the significant material presence in tangible assets, those can be readily convertible into cash when required or in case of emergency. Still, conversely, it would be a bit difficult to sell those intangible assets, namely trademark or goodwill, etc. Tangible assets, as mentioned in the above table, that are accepted by the lenders or creditors while granting a loan to the firm. For example, granting property loans and mortgaging that property against that. Such kind of loans are called as secured loans. As opposed to this, the organization or firm cannot use intangible assets or collateral value to raise loans. The cost of tangible assets can be easily determined, whereas the cost of intangible assets involves complication and is harder to determine. Next question, operational and strategic control. Strategic control is a process that involves developing a strategy and then establishing various objectives that will help you achieve your business goals. On the other hand, operational control is a process that involves monitoring, measuring, and evaluating strategies objective to ensure that you are achieving your goals. Strategic controls focuses on developing an overall strategy for your business, while operational control focus on the execution of this strategy in order to achieve your goal successfully. Strategic control occurs before the operational control process and allow you to develop the strategy that will be used in order to achieve your goals or objectives. Strategic control is an overall plan that includes various long-term objectives for your business, while operational control involves monitoring, measuring, and evaluating strategic plans on a regular basis and making necessary adjustments in order to achieve your goals. Next question, write short notes on the following. Industrial organization model. Industrial organization model is a model constructed to help us better understand in the industrial organization. Industrial organization is a field in economics. It studies the structure of firms and the markets where firms compete against one another. Understanding these concepts is vital for firms in setting the right strategic direction. Note that there are four main basic market types: perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and monopoly. And the other three advanced types are duopoly, oligopsony, and monopsony. The industrial organization models stem from the literature on monopolistic competition. In the IO model, the industry environment has a dominant influence on strategy. It is most likely to determine the firm's strategic conduct and action to deploy. These actions then result in competitive advantage. The internal environment is only a minor factor in determining strategy. Resources and capabilities do not have a big impact on the firm's strategic direction. Balanced scorecard. A balanced scorecard is a performance metric used to identify, improve, and control a business various functions and resulting outcomes. The concept of BSC was first introduced in 1992 by David Norton and Robert Kaplan, who took previous metric performance measures and adapted them to include non-financial information. BSCs were originally developed for profit companies but were later adapted for use by non-profits and government agencies. The balanced scorecard involves measuring four main aspects of business learning and growth, business processes, customers, and finance. BSCs allow companies to pull information in a single report to provide information into service and quality in addition to financial performance and to help improve efficiencies. There are many benefits to using a balanced scorecard. For instance, the BSCs allows business to pull together information and data into a single report rather than having to deal with multiple tools. This allows management to save time, money, and resources when they need to execute reviews to improve procedures and operations. Scorecard providing management with valuable insight into their firm's service and quality. In addition to its financial track record, by measuring all of these metrics, executives are able to train, employ, and other shareholders to provide them with guidance and support. This allows them to communicate their goals and priorities in order to meet their future goals. Value chain framework. A value chain is a business model that describes the full range of activities needed to create a product or service for companies that produce goods. A value chain comprises the steps that involve bringing a product from conception to distribution and everything in between, such as procuring raw material, manufacturing functions, and marketing activities. A company conducts a value chain analysis by evaluating the detailed procedure involved in each step of its business. The purpose of a value chain analysis is to increase production efficiency so that a company can deliver maximum value for the least possible cost. Value chain help increases a business efficiency so the business can deliver the most value for the least possible cost. The end goal of a value chain is to create a competitive advantage of a company by increasing productivity while keeping costs reasonable. The value chain theory analyzes a firm's 5 primary activities and 4 support activities. Example of value chains. Starbucks Corporation. Starbucks offers one of the most popular example of a company that understand and successfully implement the value chain concept. There are numerous articles about how Starbucks incorporates the value chain into its business model. Another example is privately held grocery store Trader Joe's, which also has received much press about its tremendous value and competitive edge. Because the company is private, there are many aspects of its strategies that we don't know. However, when you enter a Trader Joe's stores, you can rarely observe intents of Trader Joe's business that reflect the 5 primary activities of the value chain. Corporate culture. Corporate culture is an organization value, ethics, vision, behavior, and work environment. It is what makes each company unique, and it impacts everything from from public image to employment, engagement, and retention. If employees share a company's ethic, vision, and other culture elements, it can positively affect a company's bottom line. Companies with good corporate culture often have high workplace morale and highly engaged productive staff. Organization might define them cultures and in their company's culture statement, which are becoming nearly as important as mission statement. Corporate culture refers to the beliefs and behaviors that determine how companies, employees, and management interact and handle outside business transactions. The term corporate culture and culture refers to the idea that your workplace leaves a lasting and tangible impression on past, current, and future employees by simply existing. It is emotional environment of your workplace, and it is both defined by and defines working relationship between manager and employees and customer, and employees working together. Basically, it runs through the entire fabric of your organization. Companies with good organization culture arrange social events, parties, and outings that invite people to interact with each other and bond over shared values. Thus help boost morale and the organization's fun factor and helps people build stronger relationship with their teams. Companies should to make a coming to work something people look forward to. Organization can cultivate a friendly and playful environment by celebrating success and adding things like games and ping pong tables in the break room. तो ये हमारा असाइनमेंट खत्म होता है. इफ़ यू हैव एनी क्वेरी आप हमारे व्हाट्सएप पे कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, विच इज़ गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स. थैंक यू.